Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you the What's in My Soccer Bag video for the month of December 2015. Now, for those that are not familiar with this particular series, this is where I go through and highlight all of the best products that I found myself using, not necessarily at the same time, throughout the previous month. Of course, all the items that you see in this video, which include apparel, equipment, as well as footwear, you can purchase for yourself by checking out the What's in My Soccer Bag page on my website, which will be the very first link down below in the description. So for all the items you see in this video, if you click that link, you'll find Buy It Now links for each individual item, along with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to save yourself a little bit of money on top of the retail price. So again, if you're interested in any of the products you see in today's video, first link down below, go ahead and check it out. And with that being said, let's get into the What's in My Soccer Bag video for December 2015. All right, so for the month of December, the weather finally got cold. I think that was the case pretty much everywhere. So the bag is pretty full, mainly because you need extra apparel to keep nice and warm. So for the actual duffel bag, same thing I've been using for the last couple of months. This is the Under Armour Undeniable Duffel Bag, size large. This one happens to be royal blue. There's a medium and small size as well. It retails for $55 US, and it basically does everything you would want a duffel bag to do. It's very well made, has a big center compartment, side pockets, a front pocket, all the straps you could want, really solid zippers, weatherproof material. And like I said, it's just a duffel bag that gets the job done. And I really haven't had any issues with it over the last couple of months, so I can't complain about it. But that's enough about the duffel bag. We'll open it up and take a look at what's on the inside, because that's obviously what everyone's here to see. So first item, something I've been using consistently for quite some time now. These are the Storelli Body Shield Slider Shorts. These guys have a retail price of $54 US. And essentially what they are compression shorts made specifically for soccer. So what's great about these is, one, they're high quality compression shorts, and at $54 that may seem expensive, but honestly it's not too bad for higher end compression shorts. But they have the added benefit of pour-on padding in the form of 3 inserts running down the side of either leg. Provides a lot of extra protection with really no extra bulk that you can feel or see while you're wearing them. So when you take a bump to the side of the leg, that little bit of pour-on foam really does go a long way from preventing kind of little bumps and bruises, not necessarily major injuries, but something that would otherwise bother you if you didn't have that extra padding. Plus it's great if you do have to go and do any kind of sliding around. It can protect some scrapes and stuff like that. Next, we of course have a training shirt. This one is from Puma. It's the 2015-2016 Arsenal training shirt. This one happens to be the blue colorway. There is a red one available as well. And I really like the look of this particular training shirt. It has a retail price of $55 US. And really the main reason why I picked it up is because it kind of reminds me of Spider-Man a little bit. Obviously not the same colors, but kind of along the same lines. It's a navy blue base, and you have a lighter blue kind of Spider-Man, almost web-like graphic going across the front. And beyond that, it's almost like a jersey. You have the Arsenal crest, the Puma logo, the Fly Emirates sponsor there. You have Puma logos on both arms, which is kind of cool. Obviously a short sleeve. It's a nice kind of dry fit material from Puma. And then on the back, you're going to find pretty much nothing. There's a little gold Arsenal logo here right there at the top, and then you can see it says Gunners at the bottom in gold as well. It's also nice and fitted, so it's just comfortable to wear, feels really nice, and it looks the part too. Kind of expensive for a training top, but that's kind of what you can expect for fully licensed apparel. Next, we of course have a pair of training shorts. These are from Adidas, the Bayern Munich third shorts. This is actually the game short, which is kind of like a dark navy blue, almost black color. You of course have the Bayern Munich crest with the 4 stars embroidered in gold, which is really cool. And then you have these stripes going down the side of the leg that are kind of like a pinkish orange, very, very bright, definitely pops against that dark blue background. It's a nice Climacool material. On the back, you're going to find the embroidered Adidas logo in white, as you guys can see. And they're just really nice, high quality shorts. Retail price on these guys is $45 US. So again, because it is officially licensed apparel, it's not particularly cheap, but the quality is definitely there. Next, because it was cold outside, it's December after all, We're going to be, of course, needing some sweaters and just warmer apparel in general. So what I have right here is from Adidas. This is the Real Madrid Champions League 15-16 kind of training top slash sweater. Really, really nice sweater. It has a retail price of $80 US, which is not terribly unreasonable for this style of shirt, especially given the quality and that it is officially licensed apparel. Really like this one in that it's this nice kind of light blue color, which I think looks really, really good. You have the Real Madrid logo and the Champions League logos right there on the chest in white. At the bottom, you can see it says Climalite, and it also says Real Madrid. You have the dark navy blue stripes going down the side of either shoulder and arm. And then on the back, it has this really cool pattern, which is kind of a neat thing that you don't really see online, where it has this kind of wave-like graphic within the material itself. It's not printed on, that's the actual material. It's very warm, but at the same time, it's not overly bulky, and it fits really nice. It's fitted, but you still have that nice kind of amount of mobility, which is what you would want for a soccer-specific training sweater, which is pretty much exactly what this is. So if you're looking for a nice training sweater for cold weather, or even a sweater you can wear casually because it does look the part, that's definitely one that I can strongly recommend. They pretty much have the same variation for all the major Adidas clubs in the Champions League. Next, we have some training pants. These are also from Adidas, and this is brand new. This is the Messi 16 training pants. So it looks like Messi is going to have his own clothing line throughout 2016, similar to what he's had throughout 2015. And this is kind of like the Messi version of the Tiro pants, if you will. The price difference is not too bad. An adult size Tiro pants is going to run you about $45. These run you $50, so it's an extra $5 versus the Tiro pant. Obviously, it has a different look, and the material is actually different as well. But I will say that I prefer the Messi pant. So visually, they're pretty much all black in color. This is the only colorway variation available at the moment. That could change in the future. I'm not 100% sure. And it's kind of difficult to see in the video probably, but from the knee up, it has this really interesting kind of diamond design. I'm not even sure what you would call it. It's within the material itself, and it looks pretty interesting. It's a detail you don't really see until you're really close, where from the knee down, it's pretty much just straight up black material. You have an Adidas logo right there on the right thigh, but no Adidas stripes pretty much anywhere on the actual pants, which is good or bad depending on what you like the look of. It does have the zippers at the bottom. It's tapered at the bottom as well, as you would want for soccer-specific pants. And then what I like about this as well, that the Tiro pants don't have, is it has an actual elasticated waistband that's full elastic and very thick. And then on the inside, it has this string, kind of a tie, so you can obviously secure the waist in place, but it actually is kind of like a floating one. So I'm not sure how to describe this. If you've never had anything like it, you won't know how it feels. But what's cool about this is the actual zip tie, or the actual string here, is slightly separated or slightly in from the actual waistline. So when you tie them tight, it's going to hold in place, but it's not going to feel like it's squeezing. It almost sits on top of your hips, if that makes any sense, and floats in place. It's an unusual sensation at first, but one that ultimately is quite comfortable. This does also have the pockets with zippers as well. So for $50, the Messi 16 training pants are some really, really nice soccer-specific pants that I can strongly recommend. And again, they're really nice looking, so you can wear them casually as well if you choose to do so. As far as jackets or winter coats go, because it did get colder, I actually decided to invest in a relatively expensive jacket. This is from Nike, and it is called the Hybrid Ultimatum jacket. It retails for $200, which again, very expensive. This is technically not soccer specific. It's just part of their kind of running / training line. That's kind of just general as far as what sport you can use it for. But what I really like about this is, one, it fits really nicely. So it has a fitted feel, but at the same time, it has this kind of slightly stretchy, kind of interesting fabric in all of the kind of stretch zones on the actual jacket. So down the sides, in the armpit area, at the elbows, and even at the shoulders, you have this kind of flexible material that does a really good job of giving you that nice fitted feel, that nice fitted look, but at the same time not being restrictive whatsoever, which is ideal for any kind of sports, of course. Plus, I think it's a pretty good looking jacket. This one happens to be all black. There are different colorway variations available. It does have a built-in hood, which I'm personally not too crazy about, but that's kind of what you can expect from any kind of winter style jacket. Obviously, zipper down the front. You have a zipper pocket right here on the front as well. And then you have two zippers on the side that are kind of hidden there, but you can see that the pockets are in fact there. And again, it's just a really, really nice jacket. I'll give you guys a quick look at the back as well. Pretty much completely blank other than just stitching graphic. And the padding itself, it's a padded jacket, but it's not overly puffy. It's pretty low profile. And the material they have in there, I don't know what it is, but it does a really good job of keeping you nice and warm when the jacket is all zipped up, which again is pretty surprising considering how low bulk this is for a winter jacket. So again, Hybrid Ultimatum from Nike, really, really solid jacket, cannot go wrong if you want to spend that little bit of extra money. And again, you can wear this casually. I know I did for a lot of the month of December. Next, again, for colder weather, I have another pair of 3/4 tights or leggings, depending on what you want to call them. These ones are from Nike. Last month I had some from Under Armour, and these are about double the price of the Under Armour ones. The Under Armour ones were $25. These ones are about $50. And I'm going to say they're not $25 better than the Under Armour ones were, but they definitely do look cooler. I will say that these fit a little bit better. These are technically called the Nike Hypercool Max 3/4 compression tights. Again, $50 retail price. This is the black colorway. They're available in quite a few different colors. It's made from a thinner material than the Under Armour ones, but I would say is equally as warm. And then you're also going to find that on the back, which I think is the coolest part of these, you have this really cool design in gray and black. It kind of matches what you're going to find on the Nike Elite socks, which I thought looked pretty cool. Every time I wore these, it was underneath some pants, so it's not something that you necessarily got to see while I was wearing them. But nonetheless, they are really high quality compression tights. And what I like about the 3/4 length versus a full length kind of compression tight is that you don't have the extra bulk around your ankle. For me anyways, my ankles never get cold, even in cold weather conditions. So to have the actual tights themselves cut just above my ankle and really not have to deal with that extra bulk but maintain the same level of warmth, that's why I really like the 3/4 length versus the full length. So again, the Nike Hybrid Hypercool 3/4 leggings, really, really nice product if you want to spend a little bit of extra money and get something, I guess, cooler looking, not necessarily better than other cheaper options out there on the market. Again, another cold weather item is actually a pair of gloves. So these are Adidas Real Madrid field player gloves, which are kind of cool looking. This is a kind of gray and neon yellow color scheme. So the backhand is gray with the neon yellow Real Madrid crest, as you guys can see, while as the palms are solid neon yellow, and you do have the rubberized grips on the fingers as well as the thumb. So if you have to take a throw in or something like that, you do have some extra grip on the ball. And what's cool about these versus other field player gloves that I've personally worn is that they have this little kind of wrist extension. So when you actually put them on, it extends past your wrist and kind of into your forearm, which is really, really nice. Very, very warm because you don't have that little open gap between your long sleeve shirt and the gloves. This can kind of just tuck within the sleeve, so there's no exposed skin at all. And it just makes for a really nice warm pair of gloves. They're very comfortable. The material is soft on the inside as well as the outside. And they're just nice field player gloves in general. Again, these are available for pretty much all the major Adidas clubs with their team branding. So if you don't necessarily like Real Madrid, there are other options for you. And these guys have a retail price of $17 US. So they're not too bad, not too expensive as far as field player gloves go, because a lot of them can be around the $30 price point. So put these right here, and we'll move on to the next item, which is a brand new item from Sterelli. This is a neck warmer. It's not technically called a neck warmer. It's technically called the Sterelli Neck Gator. It has a retail price of about $22 US with an SR4U coupon code, and it's a pretty simple product in that it's pretty much just a tube that you wear on your neck. It's, imagine a scarf but without the actual scarf part. This is kind of just a tube that you would slide over your head, and it would sit above your shoulders around your neck and kind of crumple up. And it kind of gives you this nice warm sensation in that it covers up your neck completely, and depending on how you actually want to wear it, you can wear it covering your mouth, you can cover your nose, you can cover pretty much the entire bottom half of your face and keep the wind out, which is really, really important. The material itself is very thin, but it's stretchy and does a really good job of, like I said, kind of keeping the wind out, which is super important when it's really cold outside. That is the one thing that's going to make you not feel warm. So to have this blocking out the wind around your neck and face area is a really, really nice thing. It's made specifically for soccer, and like I said, it really does get the job done. Super warm, and a really cool looking product as well. You can see it does have the Sterelli branding in yellow on one side and then in gray on the other, depending on which part you want to be the front or the back. And again, it's just a really, really nice product. Definitely cannot go wrong. And it's nice to see something that is soccer specific as far as neck warmers go, because that's not something that you see all that often available. So we're going to put that right there. I believe that's available in white as well. This one happens to be the black one. Next, we're going to move on to some socks. So as far as regular training socks go, I have these guys right here from Nike. These are the Barcelona 3rd socks, I believe. This is their game sock. It's essentially just the Nike Stadium socks that are really nice quality. It's got the anatomically right and left fit to them. They're a nice dry fit material. The foot has the targeted padding going across the bottom. They fit really well in general. Plus they look the part. This is obviously going to match the Barcelona 3rd kit. So they're pretty much all black in color. You're going to find the Nike swoosh and the FCB branding right there on the front in like a sky blue. And then on the back, as you guys can see, you have that arrow design similar to the 3/4 leggings in like a dark gray color against the black background, which again, just looks really, really good. These guys retail for about $25 or so. So kind of pricey, but again, you pay that little bit of extra because of the FCB branding and it's being officially licensed apparel. So really nice socks, cannot go wrong, and you can save yourself a little bit of money if you just go for one of the generic colorways. So put that right there. And then next, as far as socks go, True Socks, you guys have heard about these. Not surprising whatsoever. They have a retail price of $40 US, which is very expensive for a pair of socks. But essentially what they do, if you don't know already, they have a non-slip grip application on both the inside and the outside at the bottom of the foot that do a really good job of, one, gripping your foot, and two, gripping the inside of the actual shoe, just making for a more responsive sensation in general and eliminating unnecessary slippage that you would get with a regular sock. They really do work well. If you haven't heard of True Socks before, I'll leave an annotation on screen to a video I have kind of explaining what they're all about and how you may or may not benefit from this particular product depending on what you're looking for. But overall, True Socks is one of those products that pretty much everyone tries out and almost everybody seems to love. Like I said, it really does make a big difference in terms of the responsiveness you get when wearing these versus a regular pair of socks. Next, let's move on to shin guard products. So another one from Sterelli here. These are the Sterelli Body Shield leg sleeves. And this is a product that I was personally involved in the development of. So it's got a special place in my heart, I guess, as far as what this product actually does. But it's basically a leg sleeve that is designed to hold your shin guards in place, and it does that very, very well. Kind of eliminates the need for tape. It's an elasticated sleeve. It's got rubber grips on the inside at the bottom as well as at the top, so it's not going to slide around on you. Plus, it has a built-in sleeve, so you slide your shin guard within this sleeve. It's not moving around. It's not going to slide from side to side. It's not going to go up or down either. It stays in place really nicely. Plus, you get the added benefit of pour-on foam down the outside of your calf. Again, giving you a lot of extra protection with pretty much no extra bulk that you can see or feel while you're wearing these things. These guys have a retail price of $30 US, and even if you want some ankle protection, there is an extended version, the Sterelli Body Shield Leg Guard, that does have the pour-on foam on either side of the ankle as well, giving you a little bit of extra protection if that's something that you're interested in. So again, Sterelli Body Shield Leg Sleeve, very, very good product. Completely eliminates the need for tape and also gives you that little bit of extra protection, which is always nice. And then as far as shin guards go, best of the best in my opinion. These are the C6 Agility carbon fiber shin guards. They retail for about $135, so they are very expensive. There's no doubt about that. But like I said, they're the best of the best in terms of low profile, lightweight protection on your shins. They're available in a max and speed variation, which essentially just determines the coverage that you get. The max version is bigger. The speed version is a little bit smaller. I personally prefer the speed model. A lot of people like to ask me that. And like I said, you get really good coverage. They fit extremely well. They're paper thin, but still very, very solid. And the quality is fantastic. Don't view this as a pair of shin guards you're going to use for a year or two, because it is a very kind of big investment for shin guards. These things will last pretty much a lifetime. So buy these with the expectation that it's going to be the last pair of shin guards that you'll ever need to buy. It really is that good of a product. Nothing even comes close in my opinion. So put that on the ground, and we'll move on to, of course, a soccer ball, which is what you need in any soccer bag. This is the 2015-2016 Adidas Torfabrick Winter Ball colorway of the Bundesliga match ball. The Torfabrick is what it's called. This being the official match ball, has a retail price of $160 US, so it's expensive, but that's going to be the case with any match ball. And I really like this one because it's kind of a unique ball to have in North America in general. You just really don't see Torfa bricks at all. And this is the winter ball variation, which I think is pretty cool looking. It's bright orange as opposed to solid white. Then you have this really cool silver graphic with, of course, the Bundesliga and Torfa brick branding throughout the ball as well. Great performer. It's pretty much just a Brazuca variation from the 2014 World Cup. But again, the performance is there, the quality is there, and it definitely is built to last as well. So if you're looking for a really, really good soccer ball, any of the top-end match balls from Adidas, including this one, is a very solid option to consider. So we'll move that over to the side. And then next we, of course, have a pair of trainers, which I actually have right here. These are the Nike Hyper Chase basketball shoes. Now, basketball shoes, obviously this is a soccer channel, kind of an unusual choice, but I ended up picking these up for really cheap at a Nike outlet store near me. And the main reason why I picked them up is just because I thought they looked extremely cool, which I still stand by. I think it's a very, very cool looking sneaker, but they work really well as trainers. It's not, for being a basketball shoe, there's not a lot of underfoot cushioning. It's pretty low profile. It's a low cut shoe, as you guys can see. And as trainers, if you're going to the gym or doing any kind of sprints and quick changes of direction, stuff like that, these work extremely well. This is technically a model that I think is being replaced by Nike as of right now, but there are still lots of them out there, lots of different colorways to choose from, and lots of them on sale as well. So again, if you guys are interested in a pair of these as a pair of trainers, even though they technically are basketball shoes, again, check out the What's in My Soccer Bag page. I'll have links to all the currently available colorways, either on sale or not on sale, if you are interested in a pair. So I'll put that over to the side. And then of course we'll move on to the actual shoes. So given that it is the winter time now, there is more and more opportunities for me at least to be playing on turf. And when I was playing on turf, this is the pair that I kind of turned to. These are the Adidas Ace 16 Plus Techers. Am I getting that wrong? No, that was right. Adidas Ace 16 Plus Techers. Sorry guys. A lot of shoes. You tend to forget some of the names a little bit, or the little intricacies of the name, but this is the Ace 16 Plus Techers. And what I like about this shoe is that it reminds me a lot of the Adidas Predator Instinct, which is a shoe that I was personally a really big fan of. I will say that I still prefer the Instinct over this particular shoe, but the same basic concept applies. It's got a synthetic upper with large rubber pads throughout the entire shoe itself. So when you do make contact with the ball, there's a lot of extra grip that you wouldn't get from pretty much any other soccer shoe other than something like the Predator. So this is the closest thing to a Pred that Adidas has right now. What's interesting about these is they fit very snug, and they have a very interesting kind of dampened effect when making contact with the ball, which feels a little bit strange at first, does take some getting used to, but like I said, once you get used to them, the overall experience is very, very good. And then it of course has this kind of turf specific, AG specific stud pattern that, again, very, very unusual, but based on my experience, it does seem to work quite well. Again, not really well suited for grass, but definitely does work well on turf or artificial grass. And for the $150 retail price they're asking for these things, it's a pretty decent option, again, if you want something more like the Predator Instinct in the form of a turf or AG shoe. Because like I said, there really isn't anything else out there like this at the moment. Next, we of course have the Mizuno Wave Ignitus 4. I was a big fan of the Wave Ignitus 3. Mizuno makes fantastic products in general, so I was excited when I first got the Wave Ignitus 4. And in all honesty, it's been somewhat underwhelming in that it is kind of such a similar shoe in comparison to the Wave Ignitus 3. It's an improvement nonetheless. I think it's a more comfortable shoe. It's easier to break in, and I prefer this variation of Prime Skin Synthetic over what we got with the Wave Ignitus 3. But other than that, the overall experience is very, very similar. And it's still a solid shoe. This is kind of a dying breed of soccer shoe where you have this large rubberized striking element. We just don't see that all that often anymore, even though I just showed you a shoe covered in rubber. These are pretty much the only two options available at the moment with that style element. So for me, Wave Ignitus 4, very solid shoe, great performer, and just something different that you don't see all that often anymore. So if it's the type of shoe that you're looking for, Wave Ignitus 4 is one that I can strongly recommend. And then finally, we have the Nike Tiempo Legend 6, which I used a lot last month. I used it a lot this month as well. This happens to be the more recent black, white, and gold color, which I really like the look of, especially if you want something slightly more low profile or more traditional looking, I guess. And what's great about this shoe, I've talked about it plenty of times on my channel, kangaroo leather upper. It's reinforced with this internal support frame that makes it surprisingly responsive for the style of shoe that it is, but doesn't take away from that classic traditional feel. It does have a one-piece construction, which is something that I really like as well. It fits great. It's very, very comfortable. Minimal break-in time required. Plus, I'm a big fan of the sole plate and the stud pattern. So overall, Legend 6, fantastic shoe. And if you didn't watch my Best of 2015 series, I actually named the Legend 6 the best shoe of 2015, in my opinion at least. So that is pretty much it for the December 2015 What's in My Soccer Bag video, the last What's in My Soccer Bag video of 2015. This is a series that I plan on continuing throughout the year of 2016 as well. So again, if you are interested in any of the products that you saw in today's video, be sure to check out the very first link down below in the description. That's going to take you to the What's in My Soccer Bag page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links for all of these items, along with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick them up below their normal retail prices. So again, if you saw something that you like, first link down below, go ahead and check it out. If you have any questions regarding any of these items, leave them down below in the comments, and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoy the What's in My Soccer Bag series, want to continue seeing it happen on a regular basis, be sure to support this video with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.